there, it's Anne from Worldwide Speak. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the first conditional in English. The first conditional looks like this. Here's an example. If you make a lot of noise, you'll wake up the baby. The first conditional is a real possibility, something that may actually happen. So you will wake up the baby based on this condition if you make a lot of noise. We call it a conditional because if this happens, then this will happen. This is the condition for this. Let me show you a few more examples. If the kids behave well, I will take them out for ice cream. Let's look at a few more. If you're not satisfied, the store will give you a refund. If you come home late, your mom will be worried. If it rains tomorrow, they will cancel the baseball game. So most conditional sentences in English begin with the word or use the word if. You can see all of my sentences here use the word if. Another word you can use in a conditional sentence is unless, and this means like if not. So for example, if you are not satisfied, the store will give you a refund. And unless you are satisfied, the store will give you a refund. So these two sentences mean the same thing. We're going to talk about if for the rest of my examples because this one is much more common. But just remember, you can also use unless and it has this kind of meaning. So if you make a lot of noise, you will wake up the baby. All right, this is our first conditional sentence, and you notice that it has two parts. These are called two clauses. If you don't know what a clause is a group of words with a subject and a verb. So a conditional sentence, any conditional sentence has two clauses. We have the if clause, if, and the main clause. So in my first conditional sentence, you're going to notice that the if clause uses the present simple verb. And the main clause is going to use the future. So this is confusing for some people because they think, okay, I'm talking about the future. Why am I using present simple? And my short answer is this is just the rule. This is the structure of first conditional. With if, we will use present simple all the time for first conditional. And in the main clause, we can use the future. And I'll talk more about that in just a minute. So a lot of students would like to say, if you will make a lot of noise, you will wake up the baby. But that is incorrect. So it's got to be the present simple with our if clause in our first conditional. So remember that present simple can also have a negative form. So it might look like this. If you don't like it, I'll give you another one. Or remember also present simple will have an S on the verb if we're talking about he, she, or it. So it would look like this. If he has a question, the teacher will answer it. If she doesn't slow down, she'll get a speeding ticket. So all of these are different forms of present simple. So remember that you must use present simple in your if clause. So remember about the future also, this has a negative form too. It's will not, or much more common is won't. So if he has a question on the test, the teacher won't answer it. So this is about the future conditional. If he has a question on the test, the teacher won't answer it. If the kids behave badly, I won't buy them ice cream. So just keep in mind that the future, this is the negative form, is will not or more commonly won't. So future we can also use going to. We don't have to use will. So you might have a first conditional sentence that looks like this. If she doesn't slow down, she's going to get a speeding ticket. And that's okay too. Just remember with if clause, present simple, and in our main clause, we're going to use the future. It can be with will, or it can be with a form of be going to. So there's two more things that I want to talk about with conditional, and they are connected. So our sentences all started with if before, like this. If you don't like it, I'll give you another one. But you can reverse the order if you want to, and you can put the if clause in the second part of your sentence. You can write it like this: I will give you another one if you don't like it. And these mean the same thing. The second thing I wanted to say is if you put the if clause in the second part of your sentence, then you don't use a comma. When you begin your sentence with if, like the first one, then you're going to put a comma at the end of the if clause. And then if you put the if clause in the second part, you don't need a comma, and that's all. So just to review what we talked about with first conditional, here are the most important things to remember. First conditional talks about a real possibility, something that can or will really happen in the future based on a condition. We always have two clauses. You're going to have the if clause and the main clause. In the if clause, you need to use present simple. And in the main clause, you're going to use future. And don't forget, you can change the order. You can start with if, or you can put if at the end of your sentence. So there you have it. I hope that you learned from this first conditional video. If you have any questions, I hope that you will leave me a comment below, and I'll be happy to answer it. If you like this content, remember to subscribe, and don't forget to turn on your notifications so that you see our new videos every week. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.